Hell yeah, this is going to be an extraordinarily exciting series.
All right, spawning in that bottom left corner of, can't read the map name just yet. We have Trap. There we go.
And his opponent, spawning in the top right position of Glittering Ashes, Sparkling Peaches. It is Psystorm Gaming Special in the yellow. I gotta say, by the way, I took a look at Special's camera. Man, he's got himself a nice, clean-looking living space. He's got that bed that just looks very well made up. He's got these nice portraits behind him. I think he's going for like an original trilogy of Star Wars thing, but one of the pictures is himself, which is, I might be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's the case, and it's kind of cute. We do have a.
Sorry, go ahead. I could totally see that. I could totally see that.
I was just going to say, we are seeing a vintage special play, which is to say we're seeing a proxy barracks coming down in the middle of the map. In this matchup, he loves it. It is his bread and butter, his go-to. And there are so many places that he will put it that it's almost pointless to scout as a Protoss player, because if you looked everywhere, you'd be checking about 70% of the map.
All right. It looks like, yeah, it is going to be a Reaper popping out of that. It looks like possibly just the one Reaper going to try to get a kill or two. Trap did scout that there was no barracks at home, so he is going to get that Zealot out ASAP. Special now coming on in here. Going to do his darndest to delay that natural from coming on down on time. Will drop that engineering bay, just being the most Protoss Terran. That's the word I wanted to say. Just being a little annoying yet. We'll just drop that one Reaper out, and we'll fly back. Drops a second engine bay here. Will think he got the cancel there. Will come on in here. Will potentially get one probe. Nope. Reaper Adept will show on up and chase him out of here.
Yeah, nothing really happened. Oh, does he get away? He does manage to sneak away. Almost. Trap almost with the stutter step after that first hit. Does, of course, take 3 hits to kill a Reaper, and usually you can get away, but sometimes the Protoss, if they get a little bit too on top, you can take it out. Not able to do so there, but so far not too much happening. We did see a double gas in the main base, and that is why that Nexus... So what Special was doing with that SCV, he was actually expecting to come in and be able to drop a bunker in between the mineral line and the Nexus there, but he sees that the Nexus isn't started yet, and he's like, wait a minute, what? That's why he drops those engineering bays. He was also hoping to kind of sneak into the main base. Ooh, this is unfortunate. He will most likely lose this Reaper. Yeah, no, it's going down for sure. Oh, grenade. Oh, almost.
Just almost. It is a Stargate opener coming out, and it is the Oracle first. Another probe heading out onto the map. I'm wondering if we're going to see a proxy pylon being dropped out somewhere there.
Possibly. Might try and bait out a Widow Mine that could be at the front, potentially. Not too sure. Could just be a scouting probe. We'll see. Okay, it is going to be that pylon. Interesting. And he is building another gate behind this. Maybe he could proxy a third gate. I don't know. Twilight Council coming down. That makes it kind of unlikely here. Very interesting spot for that Widow Mine to be. I think the Zealot would love to bait that out, maybe. But it looks like he wants to push it the front, potentially. No, that Oracle's going back across the minimap. What is it? It just like went back across the minimap. That was so weird. Like went back to halfway and then kind of doubled back in. That was very, very bizarre. We do have to note, by the way, there's a delayed starport here from Special. So he is going to be going for just a lot of units early on. Does start up that starport now, but went for the 3 barracks first. This is something that we saw a lot of in IEM Katowice. I know that Beowulf was talking about it a little bit on the D stream, which is, or sorry, not the D stream, for Group D, on the Alpha X stream. He was going for this. Now, in this case, we're not going to see it because he hasn't started Stim yet. And in fact, is this just going to be a... Oh, he's getting combat shields.
Did he forget Stim?
No, I don't think he forgot Stim. I think he's going for an earlier push even than normal. Now, that means he's not going to have as much firepower with this attack, but it does mean it can hit just a wee bit earlier, and seconds do matter in a game like StarCraft 2.
All right, that's Zealot will tank the Widowmine and a tank shot. Double Adept's going to shade on in here. Will be forced back. Double Oracle's going to jump on here. Another tank shot being taken by the Protoss army. One Adept does go down. Second Adept is kind of low, going to get locked onto it, and it will also go down. Special here playing this very nicely. Not lose. I think he just lost the Widowmine and nothing else. And 2 Adepts and a Zealot going down for our Protoss player.
Yeah, that's kind of nice. Ooh, I love that stasis ward in the middle of the map, right behind the smoke. In theory, you could put it in the smoke, so it's even more difficult to detect. But you may not really be looking for that shimmer on the ground. Now, Special, he is one of the best observer snipers in the game. I think that's actually one of his greatest strengths. Is almost instantly, if you fly an observer over his army, he will see it within seconds most of the time. He is so good at that. So that means, stands to reason that the shimmer of the stasis ward is something he should be able to spot as well. Here comes this attack with this combat shields. That's a lot of Marines, couple of tanks. Oh, we are going to see that stasis ward. Oh, it's going to be huge. Getting one of the tanks is a big deal. Blink is done on these Stalkers. They have a nice little high ground spot. Second stasis ward, not so big. The big deal, of course, is that tank. Because there's no stim, this is going to be really difficult. Stalkers are going to do so well against this.
All right, Combat Shield has finished up. Special is going to take the engagement here. Trap with a nice micro there to shave off a few Marines, and a lot of those Marines are also deep in the red. 8 workers are going down. Wondering if an Adept or one of the Oracle jumped in there from the looks of it.
Yeah, it looks like both Oracles went on in. He might have lost one of the Oracles, because he did have 2. Special needs to get a really good tank setup here. Oh, Blink forward in on top of the tanks, and there's no stim to punish. So Trap already in a pretty good spot here. He's down an army supply. Those tanks need to be a little bit further forward to properly threaten here. We are going to see one of the shield batteries getting locked onto. Nice Blink micro from Trap, although he does lose one of those units. He's going to try and wrap around on this from multiple sides. The tanks, though, they are being repaired up. I think we'd love to see some bunkers coming down for Special here. He does... Trap needs to get a lot of Zealots warped in right now. He's about to finish up Charge, and that's probably his big shutdown tool for this. A couple more SCVs are going to show on up. Special, moving forward and then moving back. Losing one of those Cyclones does make things a little bit annoying. Trap really needs to coordinate his three-pronged attack as well as possible. He's going to blink in, will take down one of the tanks. Second one is going to fall. Stim is about to complete, though. Special's got a decent army supply lead, but on the other side, we are seeing more and more SCVs going on down. 9 SCVs have fallen, but now Stim is complete, and Special's going to jump on these Stalkers. A shield battery at the third is out of energy. Trap trying to get very fancy with the way he's controlling this, but it does make it a lot more difficult to do so.
All right, Probe's going to jump into the fight here against the Stim Marines. They're going to go right into a metal grinder there. Special really taking control here of this third base. Liberator showing on up, helping zone some of those Stalkers out. Zealot's going to try to get on top of this. Hot pickup micro on the tank. Eventually the Liberator does go down, but there's still a lot of bio left. Another hot pickup save. Oh my god. Special, you are amazing. Gonna get on out of there, and all said and done. Yes, I think Special did lose more workers, but Special denied mining at that third base for quite a bit. Actually, worker loss is about even. And Special actually gained the more efficient trades there.
Yeah, but Trap is so far ahead right now. He is just miles and miles ahead at this point. That was a very dedicated push from Special. If there's a third command center behind this, I'm with you. I think Special's in an actually not that bad of a spot. He would be down in workers, but army supplies are even. Like you said, he's traded better, but he doesn't have an engineering bay. He doesn't have that third command center. And he just now is finishing up his third gas. This was a very, very dedicated push, and Trap, without seeing too much of it, manages to make the defense happen. Really well done on that defense. And if Special had tried to push in any further, the game would have probably just ended, because Trap at that point had the production, he had the warp-ins, he had the ability to hold. And I gotta say, solid start from Trap, and at this point, the game is really, it's in his hands. As long as he doesn't bobble it, he should be able to have it here. It's not over, but it's his game to lose, I would say. That being said, nice little drop in the main base. It's going to grab 5 probes, and those are the kind of moves that Special needs to make to try and get back into it.
All right, Special now moving out onto the map as well. He is going to find this proxy pylon here. We'll get rid of the probe and the pylon. Looks like a 6th worker there, or that was the probe that he took out there. Going to pick up and get on out of here just before Trap shows on up. Now, it is worth mentioning there's no Protoss that have moved on to the next round, to the playoffs here. And this is the last chance for any Protoss players to move on. We have Trap and Hero here playing today, so the last Protoss hope. Nice snipe there on that Oracle by the Marines. That's a lot of charge loss moving across the map here. And as you mentioned, Special is a little behind. Doesn't have the Ghost. Ghost EMPs would be nice to deal with those charge lots. But Trap is just going to head back home.
Yeah, the problem is he doesn't have a third command center, so he really can't afford those ghosts. You just can't afford them. Absolutely not. And Storm is coming up very, very soon here for Trap. He's got a pretty tight stranglehold on this game. Now, he has stopped worker production for a while, but I think that's the right call. There's no medevacs here, so a Storm would be absolutely devastating. Only 10 seconds left. Actually, he's chrono boosting, so it's like 3. We are going to see that Storm complete. +1 weapons is done here. Special does scan the army. So now he's going to know to be much, much more careful about those High Templar. The boys are being pulled once again. And this is not, 4 or 5 SCVs. This is a whole lot of that economy. We are going to see the drop in the natural getting dealt with here by Trap. Shield battery not quite enough to keep that Stalker alive. And actually, Special getting a better trade than I'd expect. These tanks, they need to be tighter against that ledge. If they could have picked off those High Templar, that would have been gigantic. Special spots the army, and he's going to look to drop in. I think he wants to drop the tanks. There's a little nook right there. You can get them just a little bit further south. Oh, he's not sieging them up yet, though, because he is getting counterattacked on the other side of the map. He does have the wall up. That's going to help him a lot, but these tanks need to do so much work for Special.
All right, he starts leapfrogging those tanks forward. These Zealots headbutting into that wall. Repairs are going to come down on the supply depot, and there is one tank behind the wall to help kind of provide the defense with. Special here has nicely dislocated the third base from the natural here of Trap. But Trap, decent force fields here, will split up the Marines. Also a flank on the south there will be stopped by Trap. Special forced to regroup back at the tanks.
Kind of a little paltry Storm right there. He only gets 1 Marine with it. Now, it is important to note, Special doesn't have much medevac energy. He is rallying in another medevac right there, but it is not all that high in energy as well. More units coming across the map. If that tank can get across the map, that will, of course, be very beneficial. Huge Storm. Oh, man, now that is a nice Storm. We're going to see this collapse coming on in. Zealots from the back. High Templar Zealots from the bottom. Tanks getting isolated, and this is going to be a total rout of Special's army, and GG is going to get called Trap with an amazing game number 1, absolutely stymieing every aggressive move at every turn. He is such a cool preparation player, and we are going to see another one of these proxy Raxes right here. First one didn't really get anything done. He didn't get any probes with that. Those engineering bays, I don't think they really got too much done either. They disrupted the natural, but Trap, like I said, he went for that double gas opener, that quicker Stargate, so he was kind of always planning to have a bit of a later natural, and I think those were a spur of the moment thing. So Special tries to come in to disrupt Trap's plans. Trap is already like, no, you can't disrupt my plans because I'm not going for the standard 1-gate expo. Just put a little mustard on it.
All right, Trap going to come on in here. Did do a little bit of a scouting path. Sees that there is no barracks at home. Going to scout around, sees the double gas, sees the orbital command coming on in. So he knows the barracks has finished somewhere out there in the wild. And it is, again, a Reaper opener coming out of Special. And what's this SCV doing over here?
I think this is going to be a proxy factory, proxy starport Hellion drop. So the only thing about this is that, oh man, I feel like this is so weird because Trap is going to see that there's no factory at home. He's going to be like, excuse you? Like you got something you want to share with the class? Now, I wonder if we'll see, this is a build, it might be a build that TY has done in the past. I believe it's TY. He's getting 2 Reapers for now, but there is a possibility we could see Marauders coming out from that proxy barracks, and then it's just a full send, full commit on this. Now, Reaper is going to get into the main base, almost gets a probe versus a nice micro from Trap. Will keep that 1 probe alive. Good job.
All right, he's going to get on out of there. Season natural base is down. Going to be a little bit of a nuisance here. Factory has, oh my god.
Yo, let's go, Special. Let's go. He's perma-cloaking the Widow Mines. It is not going to be cars. It is going to be those little freaky robots. Now, Trap has not checked his bottom side. Oh, it's the only blind spot he's got. Oh man, he has to know though. There's no factory here. He has to be looking for this.
All right,
Oh my
Armory
God, are the
is
Reapers
about
actually going to occupy him.
Yeah, Armory is about halfway done. Special keeping Trap's attention at the front here with these two Reapers. One Reaper will get away actually with the skin of its teeth. First Widowmine is out.
Oh, okay. Trap does pull the boys, gets them away. Actually gets 3 workers right there. That's wow. Wait, no, was that 3 workers or 2? Oh, permacloak. He will reburrow. Trap. What? A little weird. Kind of muscle memory kicking in. He's like, oh, Widowmine burrowed. Gotta get out of here. But obviously that's not quite the case. It is 3 Reapers, by the way, so he can 2-shot probes, able to grab. Oh, the Widowmine getting down. Oh, it gets killed off. That's huge.
Just at the last second there.
Nuisance.
Looks like another 2 probes going down to the Reapers at the natural. That one Widowmine rearming here, taking out another 2 probes, and more Widowmines coming on up here.
This is actually going very well for Special right now. Now, he does need to get a lot of damage done. That robotics facility is going to pop out momentarily. Ooh, he's got to burrow. Can he get down? He will manage to burrow here. But he's actually... Oh, well, that was kind of bad from Trap. He managed to make it so that a Widowmine that shouldn't have been able to shoot is able to get 2 workers right there. Reapers are just distracting for this. The Widowmine is going to fire again. Another 3 probes getting picked off. These Widowmines should only be getting individual probes. This should probably only be, I mean, obviously, you know, perfect world, blah, blah, blah. And, like, it's hard. It's the stress of a tournament. Oh, another one does go down. This one does only get 1 probe. But in theory, that should have only been about 4 or 5 or 6 probes, maybe. For the 10 I'm talking about here. So he should probably only lost about
he's come back in
7 or 8 workers total. Yeah, he's just faking it out. Yeah, I think he even sees the observer.
Oh, Special. Love his special tactics.
Oh my goodness. So the cool part of this is that normally you proxy to Starport, of course, and that's going to mean it takes a long time to get home, and your medevac production can't kick in for a while, so you can't really be aggressive with bio the way you would like to. Now, obviously, not having Widowmines, not having tanks is a little bit of a nuisance. Oh, he actually is going to burrow this. So he'll probably start, production, but more than anything, I think he's trying to distract, and if Trap does move out, he might be able to get another burrowed Widowmine on in there. This is... Initially, I didn't like it, but I actually do like it now that Trap is trying to move out and get something done. Oh, okay, that's a bit of a weird shade. He'll get a full scout, but he really can't afford to lose any units right now.
All right, Widowmine is out again. Going to come in, go for another burrow. Will outpull this time. Zealot will tank it to the face, and will get cleaned up thanks to the Observer.
Obviously, it would have been nice if he could have gotten some couple more probes there, but I mean, he's still being a nuisance. He's still stressing Trap out. I feel like that has been as much of the objective. Obviously, he wants to kill a ton of workers with it too. Ooh, I like this. He uses the boost to concussive shell slow the Stalker. Beautiful micro trick right there on a Special, and he grabs one of those Stalkers. That was magnificently done.
All right, Special gonna move on now. Gonna chase those Stalkers back to, and he's bringing the factory back in. He's got a Trap occupied at the front here with the Bioforce. Gonna bring the factory back in, possibly build another Widowmine or 2 into that mineral line. We do have the Dank Shrine about to finish up here. That is one hope that Trap has. Special gonna stim on in here, gonna take out the shield battery that just got overcharged. Gonna take out a couple more Stalkers there. Gonna take out some probes. More Stalkers going down here. Workers being pulled into the fight. That is never good. Looks like 2 workers went down behind the scene. GG gets called Special. Tying things up 1-1. We're going to game number 3. We are going to Blackburn, spawning in that bottom. Well, it's a little early for the intro. What do you think we're going to see from the players this time around?
That's a good question. We'll kind of play it by ear, because there's not enough time for me to do that before the intro.
All right, spawning in that bottom left corner in the blue Protoss piece for the Kwandong Freaks, we have Trap.
And his opponent, spawning down in the bottom right, representing Psy Storm Gaming. Give it up for Special.
All right.
And he is going to be going for not a proxy Rax, but it is going to be a barracks that is in a different position. Make note, this is the 3rd game, and not a single time has he built that barracks at the actual ramp. Now, on Blackburn, it makes a little bit more sense because, you know, you're going to be able to get a little bit quicker across the map. Those slow zones do slow down the Reaper kind of going out of the left side of the base and then jumping into the Protoss base on the other side, but it's still quicker because, of course, the route is better. I'm a little bit surprised that we haven't seen Special try and take advantage of the TY opening, which is to say a very quick barracks at the front and then a fast second supply depot in order to deny this probe scout and kind of leave your opponent in the dark. That's something that isn't that common anymore, but it is a classic trick that TY used to use, and of course Special studied under the tutelage of TY.
Yeah, now Special now the probe did come in and beelined right to that barracks, so didn't really do much hiding the barracks in the back there. Trap just gonna be a little bit of a nuisance here. Special lifting the supply depot to block him out. Not really gonna do much with the big hole in it. First Reaper is about to pop on out, and we do have the factory come out behind this, and the factory is also being built on the far left side of that map, or of his base.
Yeah, he's gonna go for a reactor swap, and so the purpose of this is that he doesn't want to show that he is going to put that factory on top of the reactor. He should build the command center in the wall very shortly. That's going to mean that the adept, whatever, can't get across the map, can't see inside of his base. I think this is either going to be Hellion drop or this is going to be a double Widowmine drop with those perma-cloak binds again. We are seeing Trap going for the Stargate, and I kind of hope it's those Widowmine drops because that can be a real nuisance to deal with. We did see Trap pull off an unreal defense against that 3 Widowmine drop in, I believe it was the Tasteless Land Invitational versus Dream. And question marks abounded, as I'm sure they're going to be coming in the chat momentarily. Chat, do your thing.
All right, Reaper going to come on, take this probe out. Probe's not going to get... Oh, does drop a pylon at the front of the wrap there.
Why? Just, I feel like that was as much as anything just because he felt like he could. He's not going to let it finish, is he? Okay, okay. Actually, this does make a little bit of sense. He wants to see... He recognizes that he's going to need his units at home for a while, and he wants to see if there is an actual expansion coming, or if this is like some kind of super weird, hyper dedicated one base all in. It will be those perma-cloaked mines, but at the end of the day, this is going to be a pylon that's just a free pickoff. Yep. And Trap actually needs to replace that pretty soon. He's gonna get supply blocked here by losing this. This is actually kind of a big deal. He's still not building another pylon.
All right, the Widowmine drop is moving across the map. That Adept is going to get into the main base, though. There are Phoenix here to deal with this drop. The Widowmines do burrow right around that Nexus. 4 workers going down. One of those shots he got really lucky with. The probe went into the gas extractor just as it went off. But, Adept's coming in here and taking out 3 SCVs. But Trap losing only 4 probes to that drop.
Yeah, that you say lucky. That was Trap's got a horseshoe up his butt because that was beyond luck. That was incredible luck. He did split the probes a little bit. Okay, wow. That time that was a very last second split on that last Widowmine. He does manage to bait one of them out with a Zealot, but that's still a cost efficient trade overall. Oracle is at home now. What? Actually, hang on. I think he revelated. More Widowmines coming into the natural expansion. This time, the lift will be forthcoming. He's going to be able to prevent 2 of them from burrowing. 1 of them not getting too much done. Revelation does reveal this. Oh, he's going to use it to bait to the side. Special targeting the Widowmine on the probes. 8 probes. Oh, beautiful moves from Special. And he is trying to wait out the Revelation. I think he wants to force... Oh, well, unfortunately, he gets re-revelated there. This Widowmine in the natural, during all that, he might have been able to and it wouldn't have mattered anyways. Yeah, there was another Revelation. Still, nice work. And this one medevac that escaped out from Special actually is going to come back home. I thought that one was getting chased down by Phoenix. I thought it was going to go down. Trap so far has done not a bad job, but more than anything, he's got a lot of army supply right now. Worker count is pretty even, which is, of course, good for Special, but he's going to have a tough time maybe defending. Does he have a bunker at the natural is my next question. I'm not sure. I think he does.
Looks like a third base is going to come down here. Bunker is about to finish, to answer your question.
Just in the nick of time. God. If he doesn't have that, I think he's in some trouble.
All right. right, Trap dropping down that third base. Trap also looks like just going to head back out. Shades are going to get denied entry into the main base here. And Special starting up Stim, Combat Shields, and +1 behind all this, going into that bio play. And Twilight Council coming down on the other side for Trap.
Yeah, so that's the main thing for Trap, is that his tech is somewhat delayed, his tech transition. Whereas Special already starting up his Stim, his Combat Shields, and his +1, so his 3-1-1 push after this is going to be quite scary. There is that Widowmine drop we got to keep tabs on in the top left. And as I say that, it is starting to move in once again. He would love to hit basically as Trap is trying to micro those Phoenixes and Oracles. And it looks like Trap, he's really looking for an opening here. This little like 3 Oracle, 3 Phoenix flotilla is quite scary to deal with. We are going to see this Widowmine burrowing on up. Only burrows one of them. Will force a little pro pull. I kind of like that because the Oracles, as a result, will have to use more Revelation. There's another second Revelation coming on down. And any time that he forces out an additional Revelation, oh, Widowmine. Oh, Oracle, he gets one of them. That's huge. That's so nice. Huge
connection on that Oracle. Will pick up with the Phoenix. And will it? Nope. Decides not to clean up that one. Here we go. We'll force a second pickup.
That's kind of a big mistake because now Special's moving into the main base with that. And those units took a while to actually do that. So they can't get back in position as quickly as they'd like to. Stim and Combat Shields. Well, Combat Shields is done. Stim and +1 not quite done yet. Special, unfortunately, just a little bit too early with that drop. He kind of, I think that was him being like, oh, I've got an opportunity right here. I've drawn the Phoenix out of position. I can do it now. I can get this. Nice little split right here to save one of the metabacks. I like that. But it does mean that he loses most of those buy units just before the Stim comes online. Look at these random metabacks all over the map. Actually, this one's going to come back in. Ooh, can he bait a probe pull? Wait, what? Oh, he just flies right over the army. A lot of misdirection coming in from both players.
Do you think Special's starting to get either under the psyche or under the skin of Trap here? We're seeing some mistakes from him, like with that Widowmine and a couple others.
Maybe. And actually, yeah, that's definitely worth mentioning. And I think that at least a little bit he is. Oh, Special, got to be careful. The second stasis ward. Oh, it gets 5 Marauders. That is gigantic. But the pro pull at the third base, that will be in time. Good job from Trap. He has managed these quite well, and Widowmines are extraordinarily stressful to deal with. A moment of inattention can cost you the game very suddenly, and that's what Special is looking for, of course. So Trap, you really got to give him kudos. I was a little critical about his mine defense overall, but he's been doing a really, really good job in the net.
Nice pick off there on that Widowmine with the Revelation. Does see it just in time. Special going to pick up the Widowmines and go for another drop into the main base. You're going to come in from a slightly different angle to avoid detection at the very last minute. And but Trap is going to force Special back to his main base here with these Phoenix and a trapped main army also moving across the map there. Special going to burrow these Widowmines in the natural base. Phoenix are going to jump on top of those medevacs. Medevacs will zoom on out. We do have its Charge Lot Archon going to get on top of this third base here. Workers are going to start to go down. A Widowmine shots taking out 4 here in the, I believe, the natural there.
Oh, that force field is so good right there from Traps. Pinches off a couple more units. Now, he's got to be a little bit careful about attacking in it to the natural. There are a couple Widowmines. I was going to point out the main problem with what Special is doing is he needs those Widowmines to deal with the Phoenix Charge Lot. There's so many Zealots there. And if he had those Widowmines at home, I think things go potentially very differently. But unfortunately, he wasn't able to deal with that. He didn't see the attack coming, and he didn't have his units in position, didn't have enough Widowmines. If he's got like 6, 7 Widowmines kind of smattered around his third base, I think that's actually a very easy hold for him. And he's actually way ahead in tech because he's going to have those ghosts coming out very soon. And there's no Colossus transition coming in from Trap. But instead, Trap is able to get a ton of SCVs at the third base. And now he's got his own gold base. He's adding on more Archons. While this can still go well for Special with some big EMPs, he really needs to hit them at this point.
All right, Special going to chase those Phoenix back there. Enhanced Shockwave just starting up. Storm starting up here as well for Trap. So that will be his source of splash damage in this fight. And Trap looks like he wants to take another engagement here. War Prism is joining up the fight here.
Special just has
Sorry, go ahead.
He just has no idea where Trap's army is right now. And he is going to get jumped on from the back. The Ghost getting lifted before it can EMP. That's a huge deal. And the, well, Widowmine does get a good shot on those Archons. And we see the Widowmine field getting huge work done. But is it going to be enough? I don't think so. There's still so much splash damage from Trap in the form of those Archons. Ooh, the Medevacs, they are going to be able to escape on out with a couple of units, but more and more SCVs falling. Special taking this triangle base ends up being, I mean, this is now the second time where he's lost high teen numbers of SCVs trying to get away from that base, not able to do it, and Trap takes the game. Special says, I can't continue any longer, and he is frankly right.